In this painting of the Nativity, the Puerto Rican artist José Campeche y Jordán creates a luminous scene focused on an intimate group of three central figures. With only a few background details, Campeche transforms a quiet, tender moment into something radiant and deeply devotional. Campeche painted this nativity scene around 1799. He was born in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and is considered the most important painter on the island in the 18th century. At this time, Puerto Rico was controlled by the Spanish Empire. Campeche was Afro-Caribbean, the son of an enslaved man who purchased his freedom and was himself an artist. Campeche was largely self-taught, but was influenced by the exiled Spanish painter Luis Pare y Alcázar, who lived in Puerto Rico from 1775 to 1778. Campeche also likely studied visual sources like prints and paintings. He created many portraits as well as religious artworks like this one. Although we don't know as much about his life as we'd like, we can see his extraordinary skill on full display in the Nativity. He paints it as a simple, intimate scene focused on the Virgin Mary, Joseph, and the baby Jesus. The Nativity is an important subject in Christian art. It tells the story of the birth of Jesus Christ, the Son of God, as recounted in the Gospels of Matthew and Luke. Mary and Joseph traveled to Bethlehem to pay taxes required by the Romans. When they arrived, they found no lodging, so Mary and Joseph found shelter in a barn where Mary gave birth to Jesus. The infant Christ is shown in swaddling clothes, and angels gathered near to celebrate his birth. On December 25th, or Christmas, Christians celebrate Jesus' birth, and artists have been depicting it since at least the 4th century. Given its popularity as an important Christian holiday, Campeche's turn to the subject matter makes sense in the Catholic society in which he lived. He paints the Nativity as a tender family scene, making Jesus' birth emotionally accessible. Campeche omits extraneous details or additional figures or architecture that would help to locate us more specifically in a space. We get the barest sense that Jesus has been placed in a manger, with hay peeking out from beneath the cloth that he lies on. Behind the Holy Family, we see the faces of angels among the softly painted clouds, emphasizing the miraculous nature of Christ's birth. Campeche uses quick flourishes of white paint to create highlights across the figures, letting us know that bright light is reflecting off their bodies. Why? Well, because the infant Christ is the source of light, which radiates outward from him. Campeche illuminates his head with golden rays. Jesus' light is a symbol of his divinity and of his being considered the light of the world. Campeche also paints carefully rendered details such as the delicate halos, wisps of hair, strands of wheat, soft clouds, and rosy cheeks, showing off his skill as a painter. He also uses pastel colors such as rosy pink, blues, gold, and silver grays that reflect the influence of the Rococo, a French style that became more popular in the Spanish Empire after 1700. The painting was likely owned by a wealthy elite person in San Juan and was intended for private worship. It would have been a sign of one's status to own a painting by the most popular painter of Puerto Rico.